Let us do one more problem. This is blood relation problem. Again from SBI PO Mains 2019. Fairly easy problem only. Let's look into this. 7 family members of 3 generations are sitting in a row and all are facing north. Very good. 7 family members and sitting in a row, all are facing north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 7 slots. 3 persons sit between V's father and V's sister, who sits at extreme end. V's sister is sitting at an extreme end. We don't know whether 1 or 7. Right. V's sister. S is grandson of P, who is mother-in-law of U. Right. So that means S is male. This is male. P is female. P is female. Right. P is husband of R and sits at extreme end. P is husband of R and sits at extreme end. So that means R is female, P is male, and T is sitting at one extreme. V is sitting at one extreme. Sorry, V sister is sitting at one extreme. T is sitting at one extreme. Right. So T is different from V sister because T is male and V sister is female. V is son of Q. That means V is male. That means V is male. Who sits second to the left of T. This Q is sitting second to the left of T. What does that mean? T has to sit in seventh number position only because all are facing north. If T sits here, there is no option of sitting to his left. So that means T, the male guy, is sitting here and V sister, the female, is sitting here. P sits second to the left of S, who doesn't sit next to T. S is not sitting next to T, and P sits second to the left of S. One person sits between V and R's son. Okay, very good. Next. Here, Q sits second to the left of T, right? So that means who is Q? Q sits second, 1, 2. This is sitting, Q's position is this. Right. Now let's look at the other condition. 3 persons sit between Q and R. What does that mean? There is no option towards right for Q, only left options are there. That means 3 persons sit between Q and R. What does that mean? The R has to be this, right? R has to be this only, right? So that means R is this position and R is V sister. So let's follow some notation. When we say arrows, we will say children. This is parent and this is children, right? When we say double arrow, we will say husband-wife relation. Husband-wife. And when we'll say dotted lines, that means it is siblings. Brother, sister, brother, brother, whatever. We'll follow this kind of notation. Right. Now, V sister is R. Right, that we have figured out. V is male and this is R. R is female. Right. T is husband of R. What does that mean? T is relation to R is husband and wife. C is male. Right. Then V is son of Q. Right. V is son of Q. Q male or female, we don't know. This is the relation. V is son of Q. Right. Then T is husband of R. S is grandson of P. S is grandson of P. And one person sits between V and R's son. We don't know where is V. V is son of Q. Who sits second to the left? Q we have figured out. Uh, one person sits between V and R's son. Clearly R has a son. R has a son. We'll figure out who is this guy. We'll figure out who is this guy. Then let's look at these conditions again. S is grandson of P. That means S is male. We had already discussed. And P, who is mother-in-law of U. P is mother-in-law of U. That means P is also female. Right. P is female. And P is female, and we have three generations, right? Three generations. Then S is grandson of P. What does that mean? S is of the third generation, and P is of the first first generation, right? Next, P sits second to the left of S. Who doesn't sit next to S? S cannot sit here. So P has to sit second to left of S. So what is the only option? S has to S has to sit here, right? S has to sit here. Then only P will sit here. Right. P is female. S is P is female. S is male. Who is our son's now? Our son. Who is left? Our son. P and S only are left. Now, but we know P is actually female. Right. P is actually grandmother. P is grandmother and S is grandson. What does that mean? And we also know R has a son. Who is that son? Then that means our son is S. S is male. Our son is S. And P is grandmother of S. What does that mean? R is daughter of P. What does that mean? P and Q are husband and wife, and V is their son, and R is their daughter, right? And S becomes their grandson. And it also means P is mother in law of U. What does that mean? V's wife is U. His wife is you. This guy, this lady, this is female. Right. Now we understood, right? So entire family is like this. S is grandson of P. That means P is female. P is female because P is mother-in-law of Q. P is female. Then what that means? Q is male. So S is grandson of P. S is grandson of P. P is female. S is male. T is husband of R. R is actually the daughter of P and Q. Right. And T is her husband. V is the son of Q. That means V is son of P and Q. Q is husband, P is wife. P is Q is in fact in the family Q and P are the grandparents. Then they have two children. One is V, one son, one daughter, one V, one R. This son has a wife, which is Q. This daughter has a husband, which is P. This daughter has a son. This is the whole seven family structure. Right, we have solved the family structure. Now, seating arrangement, only one thing is left. One person sits between V and our son. Who is our son? Our son is S. Then V has to sit where? V has to sit here. Right, because he is grandmother. Then who is left? Only U is left. That is V's wife. So U will sit here. So this is the entire seating arrangement as well as the entire blood relation. Now let's look at the questions also. Who among the following sits second to the left of V's wife? Who is V's wife? Is you. Second to the left is V's sister, that is R. Right? How is Q related to T? Q is related to T. How is Q related? Q's daughter's husband is T. So Q is father-in-law. Right? How many persons are between son of T and father-in-law of Q? Who is son of T? Son of T is son of R, which is S. And father-in-law of U. Who is father-in-law of U? Is actually Q. So between S and Q, between S and Q, they are sitting next to each other. Basically, the grandfather and grandson are sitting next to each other. So there is none. So no one is sitting between them. This is fairly easy problem only. It's not very tricky. It is easy problem. So how we should know how to solve these kind of blood relation problems. In this case, it is about seating arrangement as well as blood relation given together. Okay, guys. Hope you understood this. Any doubts? Please message and we'll take this up again. Thank you. Bye bye.